It's time. Our coast to coast hometown barbecue continues. Melba's restaurant in Harlem is regarded as one of the premier comfort food destinations in New York City. Today, joining us from Harlem to teach us how to make grilled Cajun salmon and Mama's potato salad is the one and only Melba Wilson. Hey, Melba, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Kelly, Ryan, happy to be here.
Melba, we're so happy to have you. And let me just say that your kitchen, of all the kitchens we've had on the show, is the chicest kitchen.
Oops. Well, thank you. However, I was looking at that ice cream that Ryan has over there and also thinking about Jordan's brownies. So I know what I'm having for dessert tonight.
Yum, yum.
Hey, before we get into what we're going to prepare, I've been talking to a lot of different restaurant owners and small business owners in Los Angeles. What about for you? How has it been surviving through this pandemic with your business?
This has had to have been one of the most difficult times. I've had Melba's for 16 years, and I am actually born, bred, and buttered right here in Harlem. So opening up my business in my community was definitely a conscious decision. I opened up Melba's literally with money that I saved under my mattress, but because I wanted to show people in the Harlem community that we could open up a business within our community and employ people that look like us. So when COVID-19 hit, and the fact that I had to furlough 3/4 of my staff was heart-wrenching. I didn't know how they were going to feed their families. And your restaurant family, they're not your employees. They are an extension of you. So it's been a very difficult time for us.
Speaking of families, I mean, you worked in your aunt's restaurant, Sylvia's, which is, I don't mind telling you, all 3 of my pregnancies were spent in Sylvia's. It was my weekly, if I could just get through the work week, I could go to Sylvia's and just have the best catfish, the best greens. It was just everything. And I'm so hopeful and I just keep praying that all of these businesses come back because they're so important to the community.
Yeah, without a doubt. When you look at a restaurant that closes, Kelly, it's not just the restaurant. It's just not the physical space. It's actually an industry. It's the farmers. It's the vendors. It's the fish purveyors. So it's such a layered effect. It's the truck drivers that deliver things to us, and also it's our employees, it's our staff. So this is a tough time, but as my grandmother would always say, this too shall pass. And I think with all of us bonding together and using food as a conduit, we're definitely going to get through this. We're stronger together.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into that conduit after the break. We got to cook that salmon in front of you. My mouth is watering. I'm excited about this. We'll come back with Melba right after the break.